What are you gonna do when you don't necessarily get that support that you feel like you need all the time? What are you gonna do? Hey babes! Welcome back to my channel, guys. Welcome to my channel if you were new here. Wow, we hit 122K. If you don't know, now you know. We are on the road to 200K angels. So if you like any of my videos, if you like this video, make sure that you, one, are subscribed yourself, and that those post notifications are turned on. And also be sure to share this video with whoever you feel like might need it. I have a feeling, I'm gonna go on a limb here and say that I bet you can find some video, one video at least, that a friend needs to see, someone needs to hear, and hopefully it'll be encouraging to them. Also, as you guys know, if you haven't checked already, my podcast comes out every single Monday, and I just released my third podcast episode of Quality Queen Control. Make sure that you are following me on Instagram. That'll be over here. And now we got the Quality Queen comment of the day, and it says, "This is such a timely video. Thank you for reminding me that growth isn't linear. Self-discipline is intrinsically linked to self-trust, and what is the obstacle to both? Self-doubt and trying to control what you simply cannot." This is what this video has opened my eyes to. Thank you so much for drawing that conclusion. That is definitely one of the points that I wanted to drive home. Growth is not linear. I have to remind you guys of that. I have to remind myself of that on this journey of self-awareness and personal development, there are going to be many obstacles in our way. And that's actually pretty timely considering today's topic. We are going to be talking about how to overcome anything, having that psychological fitness. Let's get right on into this video. Angels, number one is going to be cultivate the discipline of perception. Asha, what do you mean by that? I got you. There's a quote by Deepak Chopra, and she says, "Obstacles are opportunities in disguise." And anyone that's in this sort of transitional phase right now, this includes myself, where you are experiencing growing pains, you really do understand that every small victory, you realize looking at the bigger picture that these were just opportunities in disguise, chances to overcome and conquer whatever that issue was, whatever that experience was, in service of becoming the best version of yourself. So you have to shift your perspective. How you look at obstacles is what's going to make the big difference. Because sometimes what looks like an obstacle is really just an opportunity to move higher, to move at a higher level in your personal life, in your professional life. And really, quite honestly, life after all is having the understanding that the true growth really begins outside of your comfort zone. You will never push yourself if you were always comfortable. Change needs to change you. Think about a time where you really wanted something and you had to do something different in order to achieve whatever it is that you wanted to achieve in that goal. For instance, when I was in middle school, or was it high school? I don't know, one of those things. My science teacher said that if you want to gain like 5 extra points towards the end of the quarter, you have to show up on time to class every day at 8 a.m. And I really wanted those extra points because, one, I wasn't really the strongest at science. I believe that was in anatomy and physiology class. I don't even remember, this was so long ago. But the point is, I made sure that I showed up and I got those points at the end of the quarter because I knew that this was going to be something that I was going to have to work a little bit harder towards because I knew that it wasn't necessarily my favorite subject. And ultimately, I had to make sure that I changed how I did things to make sure that I was on time and that I got those points. Tip number 2, stop caring what people think. Say it again for the people in the back. If you didn't hear me, I'm talking to you. Stop caring what people think. And I know that this is so cliche and so much easier said than done. I get it. Because it's important, because throughout all life, we experience so many different adversities and we already have to battle between how we feel about ourselves At the same time, while trying to find equilibrium with our ego, you have to stop caring what people think. Because, not to be pessimistic, but people will encourage you one day and then you'll feel discouraged by people another day. People are fickle. We are human beings. A lot of things are circumstantial. A lot of things are arbitrary. So although we can control our own opinions, we cannot control what other people think. And of course, it feels validating. It feels really good to anyone, to me included, when you do something and people agree with it. People love it. You're not wrong for having that desire, but there has to be a balance, because when you put yourself at the mercy of always looking for validation through what other people think and always trying to seek that approval, it's a very dangerous game that you're playing. All it takes is one person to say, I don't like your wig, I don't like your eyebrows. Especially, come on, for anyone that has any sort of public platform, if people that do what I do, people that maybe aspire to do what I do, trust me, if you are going to be on a public platform, this is not for the faint of heart. This just isn't the career for you. You know how many people, say a whole bunch of things? Now, of course, in my experience specifically, I can only really speak for myself. The love outshines the little hate or little, criticisms here and there. But it doesn't mean I don't see them. It doesn't mean that I am invincible. Can things hurt my feelings? Of course. Does it hurt my feelings? No, not really. Especially when it comes to, your physical appearance. That's not something that I really can take serious. But of course, I think when it comes to people trying to turn situations into some sort of character debate about you to you, that to me is something that I find maybe a little bit more hurtful. But overall, in general, I have the understanding that people's opinions are just that, people's opinions. And I can't seem to pay my bills with it. I can't seem to become a better friend because of it. I'm not producing better content per se because of it. I am, at the end of the day, who I am. You are who you are. There's always room for improvement. I advocate for improvement all the time. You guys know this if you know me. But there are going to be people in life that don't know you, that are not going to give you that chance, that are going to close the door before they even ever allow you any sort of entry. They have no interest in getting to know you. And if you are someone that always wants to seek that validation, what are you going to do then? What are you going to do when you have a strong intuitive feeling that this is the career for you, that you need to switch your job, that you need to switch your major? I don't want to be a doctor anymore. I don't think I want to go to law school because that's what I was primed to do because my family is in the law business and I want to be a pediatrician. I want to work in media. How do I do this? My family's never going to approve. All my friends thought that I was going to be the doctor of the group. All my friends thought I was going to be the lawyer of the group. That's not really what I want to do anymore. I feel a strong intuitive feeling and inclination that I need to switch gears. I need to change my course. What are you going to do? Because that's when it really counts. And all the self-doubt that people produce around us, their lack of support to see our vision, can make us feel really unfulfilled. In fact, it does make us feel very unfulfilled. What are you gonna do when you don't necessarily get that support that you feel like you need all the time? What are you gonna do? So this is what you should do. Instead, consider how you feel about yourself, how you feel about what it is that you're doing. What are the results that you can or will produce? And is it the right next thing to do? Tip number 3, strive for progress and not perfection. This is very important to overcome obstacles, because if you're a perfectionist, you don't want to do anything until it's absolutely perfect. You get down on yourself. We talked about this in a couple other videos. There are a plethora of cousins, okay, that perfectionism has. Procrastination, imposter syndrome, all of these things. And you're never going to want to start anything with that negative mindset of, I don't want to do this until it's absolutely perfect, or whatever the case is. Focus on doing the next right thing. And you also have to have the understanding that we may not always get the desired outcome. The ability to self-reflect and bring awareness to yourself is something that we must apply daily. Yes, there will be times where you make mistakes. Yes, there will be times where you miscalculate, where you judge, where you mistreat. But it's not always about the destination. It really is about the journey. Because there is so much growth in the journey. We get so wrapped up in the final ending of it that we miss having gratitude in the journey. If we always only look at the big picture, the only thing that we tend to do is measure how far we are away from our outcome. That's what we tend to do. Oh my gosh, I want to lose 30 pounds. That's 30 pounds away that I am away from my desired weight. What am I gonna do? That's so discouraging. That doesn't make you want to lose weight. It seems like such a stretch. It seems like such a far number. All the work, the distance between where you are and where you want to be seems so far. You need to make incremental progress along the way, having sustained execution and not shapeless epiphanies. What does that mean? You need to be intentional about where it is that you're going and not just having these random realizations of, oh my God, I'm this far away from my goal weight. Oh my God, this is so much stuff that I got to do. Reroute, all these things. And you're not being intentional about the journey while you're there. Tip number 4, exercise emotional fitness. This is very important to overcome anything. Think before you act. Logic over emotion. Yes, ladies. Learn to control your impulses. Wow. It's a skill. It's a skill that we all have to practice. Learning to not submit to every impulse that we have in service of protecting our peace or our overall well-being. And it's not an easy pursuit finding balance in these things. You know, of course, it's the road that's less traveled for a reason. At the end of the day, understand the impulses will come. Our job is to learn how to curb them, to have that self-control. Consider who is in control, because a lot of people don't like to take accountability for themselves because everything is such a micro decision to them. So many people are on autopilot that they don't realize how much of a role they have in their own play. I'm confused. But that's because some people have an extreme cognitive dissonance from who they are and they're not self-aware beings, so they don't really see that they are the star of their own play. They are in control of their own lives, so it's easy to ignore the signs and to not think that you have anything to do with what's going on around you. Ask yourself, what principles guide you? When you focus on what you can do, what comes next? And what rewards you will see in the future. It will be difficult to stay upset about setbacks. I don't know why people tend to think that once they curate an idea in their head, okay, this is how it's gonna go and it's gonna go exactly like that. If it doesn't, the whole thing's over. Life is really, about rerouting and finding that balance in general. Exercising that emotional fitness will help you with these setbacks, with these obstacles, with overcoming anything. And lastly, number 5, focus on what you can control. Focus on that. If you actually give thought to all the things that happen around us, to us, that we cannot control, it's overwhelming. But a lot of the times our mind is always jumping to that place of, oh my gosh, I can't believe he did that. I can't believe she did that. What is going on? I feel so out of control of my life. Okay, and listen, it will happen. There will be times where you feel very out of control of your own life. I'm not saying that that won't happen at all, but focus on what you can control. What is this going to do? It's going to force you to ask yourself the thought-provoking questions. What is it that I can control about this outcome? I really don't like where I am in my life right now. What can I change? How can I solidify putting action behind the things that I'm thinking? How can I cultivate a healthier mindset? How can I bring myself to bring the knowledge into action? How can I cultivate a more optimistic outlook on life? A more optimistic perception? How can I become more self-aware? Focus on what you can control. There are going to be an endless array of events that transpire in life that we cannot control. They will come from people that are your friends. They will come from your family. We're human beings. Focus on you and what you can do for you. It is always easy to look at another individual and wonder why they're doing what they're doing, why they said what they said, because there really, I believe, is a reason for a lot of things. And then sometimes the reason behind a lot of things is just that there really is no reason. Sometimes, who knows? But what can you do for you? It's always easier to focus on the things that we can't control. We don't realize it, but it is. Because the actual self-work that it takes to work on ourselves and really just cultivate that happiness, that equilibrium within ourselves is a very difficult, tedious task. It's not always gonna be easy, and it's not always gonna be fun. So what's the next best thing? Blame other people. You know, even if something is someone else's fault, now what? Now what are you gonna do? Can't dwell forever. Have to come up with some sort of solution. You can't stay stuck. Focus on you. Angels, that is the end of this video. Let me know what other topics you guys would like me to discuss in the comment section below. If you would like a chance to be featured as the Quality Queen comment of the day, also comment down below. And honestly, if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? Subscribe right now. Turn on those post notifications. Make sure to check out my podcast. All the information for my makeup and my hair will be in my description box below. Do not forget that I love you and God loves you. And I will see you beautiful angels in my next video. Mwah.